Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into 5 bourbons over $50. But before we get into that, please do me that favor, like, comment, subscribe. Also, a word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by ZBiotics. If you have ever skipped the gym after a night of drinking, just like I do about every single week right after my live streams, well then you need ZBiotics. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. ZBiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut, where you need it the most. Just remember to drink ZBiotics before you drink alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. Try ZBiotics for yourself today. Go to zbiotics.com/tipsy, use a QR code down there, and use the code TIPSY at checkout to get 15% off on your first order. Also, ZBiotics is 100% money back guaranteed. So if for whatever reason you are unsatisfied, they will refund you, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/tipsy and use the code TIPSY at checkout to get 15% off your first order. Thank you again, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this video, but let's get back to it. Today we are getting into 5 bourbons over $50. Recently, I did a video about 5 bourbons under, so today I'm bringing you the inverse, and that was a category-based video. So today I'm bringing you that same kind of concept, but I'm bringing it to you a little different because I'll be going 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. So we're going to go anywhere over $50 to 100. We're going to give you one for every single bracket, so it kind of rounds out the whole list entirely. So to kick it off, we got a $50 to $60 bourbon to get into, and honestly, my best $50 to $60 bourbon is still what used to be my best $45 to $50 bourbon, and that is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This is an oldie but a goldie. Not a single soul can complain about this. And if you complain about this, you're wrong, because this stuff is still fantastic. This is the epitome of a traditional bourbon, just done really well at a relatively higher proof. I don't know what it is about Wild Turkey that makes it so great or so consistent, but all of these rare breeds are straight up the most reliable bourbons out there, or in my opinion, they're some of the most reliable ones. So this is 116.8 proof Wild Turkey. So this is basically that Wild Turkey 101, that's that traditional like cherry with a nice little bit of oak, nuttiness, a little bit of cinnamon, that cherry pie that I love so much and I get off of those Wild Turkey products, but it's cranked up to 116 where it should be at constantly. This stuff is a blended barrel proof product and it's absolutely fantastic. And you're likely going to see a lot of barrel proof products on this because I'm a sucker for barrel proof. That being said, the next one, not a barrel proof product, surprisingly. Getting into the $60 to $70 range, I had to go with one that's a little on the cheaper side of that range, but Knob Creek 12. I can't let this one pass. I can't not grab this one and take it with me. This is one of my favorite middle-of-the-road proofed bourbons. Like, this is probably my favorite 100 proof bourbon of all time. There's something about that Knob Creek flavor profile that is very sweet, very complex, and very bold at that 12 years old. And this is cranked up to 100 proof. It's a little on the nutty side still, but there is a nice like oak with it, a nice like fruitiness, red fruit characteristic that you don't see in that 9-year-old at 120 proof. And because this is 100 proof, it's a really easy sipping proof. So you get to really enjoy that 12-year-old, but still really just enjoying, you know, that lower proof type atmosphere, that ability to sip and enjoy all 12 years of this beautiful bottle. So yeah, this would entirely be my go-to daily drinker if I could afford to drink a bottle that cost me $62 in my area, which is so not freaking cool, but it is what it is. And after that one, a bottle that is now $75 in my area, maybe 78 depending on the store. Fortunately, it's kind of based on the store, but you probably saw this one coming. Elijah Craig barrel proofs. My area, they're now like $75, almost $80 depending on where you get them. But these are freaking amazing. These are ridiculously good. You've heard me say it before. These are like bougie Reese's peanut butter cups. They're chocolatey, peanut buttery, has a nice oak, a little bit of like a red fruity characteristic. These are the epitome of that perfect 12-year-old aged barrel proof bourbon. Like honestly, I don't think barrel proof bourbon really gets much better than this for the price point. But if I'm looking for a barrel proof bourbon around like the $70 to $80 range, I can't find something better than these Elijah Craig barrel proofs. Hands down, one of my favorites. I mean, all of these are pretty much one of my favorites for one reason or another, but $85. Now we're getting into the $80 to $90 range. My next bottle, $85, and that is Old Forester single barrel proof. It is that like Old Forester 1920 just cranked up to 3,000 with a whole lot more complexity, as well as, you know, some proof, because it went from 115 proof to 131.9. So this one has quite a bit of proof on it, but it is still really, really flavorful. I've heard from some people that some of these can be a little bit too hot. This specific one I have is not hot at all. Does not drink ridiculously hot like some of them. It doesn't drink cold either. It's 130 proof, but it doesn't drink hot for 130 proof to me. But this is that Old Forester flavor profile, just really intensified and made bold. It is like that banana split, that little bit of nuttiness in there, that vanilla ice cream, that banana, a little bit of like a strawberry syrup tossed on there, a little bit of chocolate syrup on there, cranked up to 11. This is that Old Forester 1920. If Old Forester 1920 was still really good, but at 130 proof. So, you know, whatever you want to take that as, because I do agree. I think Old Forester 1920 kind of fell off a little bit. But that one, well worth it. Freaking amazing. And last but not least, a bottle that is coming just underneath the threshold of $100. A bottle I'm really, really crazy about nowadays. Calumet 15. A 15-year-old age-stated bourbon under $100. This is ridiculous value all the way. And it's 105 proof, so you do have a lot of proof with it, which is absolutely insane that you could get this much proof, this much age for under $100. And with that proof comes a lot of flavors. That cherry, lozenge, and oak are so intense on this. So intense. Not quite to the point of that Wild Turkey Master's Keep 17-year-old that I have, but it's pretty intense. But it's not overly intense either, because the Master's Keep is like very, very cherry oak. This is a little bit that like flavor profile, but toned down with a little bit more of a nuttiness and maybe a banana note if I really hunt for it. But that I also know is Barton, so maybe, you know, my mind's kind of, you know, pulling one on me, pulling a fast one on me, pulling a slide past me. But those are my 5 bourbons over $50. These are my probably go-tos. Like if I could only have 5 bourbons over $50, these would be my go-tos. These are the 5 bourbons I have over $50 that I don't think I could, you know, let go. I love my Elijah Craig, love my Old Forester, love my Rare Breed, love that Knob Creek, and I really, really have started to enjoy that Calumet, which is a ridiculous deal in my area, still being $99, which freaking counts. Still under 100. It is what it is. That is a wrap for today's video, though. Please do me that favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you thought about my list, as well as what would be your 5 over 50. You know, what would be the 5 bottles over $50 in these categories that you would pick if you were making this video. Also, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. Links for all that stuff are down there below. That's a wrap for today's video. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.